Okay. Good morning. Happy Monday. I hope you had a great Mother's Day. I hope if you are a mom, if you have a mom, if you're a fur mom, if you just got to celebrate everything. I kind of think of it just as a little bit of a woman's day too, because we kind of just say congratulations to each other for surviving. And I know for myself, I consider myself to parent a lot of people, other people's kids, anybody that will listen. So I hope you had a great weekend either way. So welcome, welcome. Hey, Lindsay. Okay, so this morning I want to talk about a couple things because it's May and it's time to get a little bit more serious about the structure of what we're doing over the next however many weeks are left of the seminar year, because you really are right now forming habits. Okay. Um, no matter how long you've been in this business, if you've been in this business pre-pandemic, then you know that, this past year has been very unique. If you joined during the pandemic, then you know that you learned maybe how to dabble a little bit, depending on how long you've been in, with Facebook and with virtual. But we're getting into summer. We're getting into the world. I traveled this past weekend, so I saw firsthand that things are getting a little bit back to what we've affectionately begun to call things as normal. Maybe not exactly where you are, but you are going to start forming habits now towards the rest of this month, towards, oh yay, Ashley Seifert, good girl, towards next month, and then of course through the summer and beyond. We always have to strive to be adaptable, but I want to talk to you a little bit about some things that I think if you get in this habit now, again, you'll be more productive and you'll be, for lack of a better word, a little bit more valuable to your unit going forward. Because, Mary Kay always said, you're in business for yourself, but you're never by yourself. And that's what I want to kind of branch together, your goals and your unit goals. So the first thing I want to remind you is the statement that you can have anything you want to have if you want it badly enough and you're willing to work for it. And that really is an undeniable fact in Mary Kay, because everything with this business is skill based. It really does not matter what you come in knowing. It matters what you come in willing to learn. So I want to encourage you to really think bigger maybe than you've thought before about this business opportunity, and put yourself out there and be a little bit more open to the possibilities, as long as you're willing to tie it together to what you're willing to do. And again, figuring out what you really want. All right. So I want to encourage you to do things like revisit Facebook posting parties. So maybe they haven't been the biggest hit for you in the past, but I will tell you, over this weekend, I think I got invited to a dozen Pampered Chef parties. So, right? Lindsay's shaking her head. Yep, me too, me too. Okay. Number one, I don't cook anything. So these people are so desperate to have me buy a can opener, right? But we all know what they do. They just go on and invite all of their friends or invite every woman. I don't know how they think of it, but people are back out there because the companies are coming out with what? Hold on for it. The new lookbook, right? The new book is out. The new products are launching. So this is peak opportunity to be doing these Facebook posting parties again. Now, don't confuse Facebook posting parties thinking, oh, good, that's how I'm going to build, my DIQ, or that's how I'm going to earn a car. No, the Facebook posting parties are information sharing. You're going to be able to share about things like micellar water. You're going to be able to share about things like 2 new lip glosses and how that affects our Mary Kay foundation. But showing them a graphic, a visual, an image, because women in general, are more attracted by what they see than what they're told. Okay? So I would really think about revisiting that, coming up with a format, reaching out to a couple friends and just saying, all we have to do is create a group for you. I'll do all the work. You can spin it into going live. You can spin it into an in-person party, but really a 3 or 4 day just posting party with graphics could really take you to another place as far as expanding your reach to people. And your director probably has access to or somewhere stored a lot of graphics that you could use for a posting party. So reach out to her, talk to her, ask her, you know, what is this all about? But because we haven't, I know a lot of the units, my own especially, we haven't really talked about it recently because we have been trying to get back to getting product on the face. And listen to me, Facebook posting parties don't replace that. This is for those of you, again, 7 a.m. Monday, you want to do more. You want the and then some. So I'm giving you ways that you can reach more people, share more about our products, get people visually enticed so that you can take it to the sampling, etc. Okay, Facebook posting parties. Another thing, look out in your community because there are vendor opportunities opening up again. So find out, you know, how did that work in the past? If you weren't in Mary Kay pre-pandemic, reach out to your director and ask her, you know, how do I find out about these things? Just watch. A lot of times they'll pop up on Facebook, but that's basically where you go to an actual place. And sometimes it's fire halls, sometimes it's wedding events, sometimes it's different things. And you set up a table and you do displays and you actually talk to people. And if they're interested in what you're offering, you ask them to fill out a little slip of paper, you get their information. And again, that works as a lead as well, okay? So those are starting to pop up for you. I would also say that because of the new lookbook being launched, this is a great time to consider book shows. You know, college graduations have started. So that means a lot of college girls are gonna be home for the summer, or even if they're working, but they're living at home. Well, that kind of works in two ways. Number one, you have a great opportunity for a college girl to explore. And number two, all of your customers who are moms of college girls now have a party at their house, right? They have her plus her college girl, maybe the daughter's friend, maybe her friend. Before you know it, you've taken your single customer and she's become 4 or 5 or more people, okay? So think about that. Go through your Facebook list. Again, who falls into these categories, okay? And the other thing I would tell you is if you missed the Nurses Appreciation or Teacher Appreciation Week, don't worry about it. Stretch it out into a month. Celebrate nurses and teachers all month long. So you can post things on your Facebook page like, if you know a nurse or a teacher, tag her here. And then you take the conversation privately to say, hey, Darlene, you know, so-and-so tagged you that you're a nurse. And I'm just wondering, do you already have a Mary Kay consultant that's pampering you? So you can always take it to that next place, but find out who these people are. Top 3 people that become successful Mary Kay consultants: teachers, stay-at-home moms, and nurses. Doesn't mean you don't have to be those things, because a lot of people on here aren't one of those things or aren't one of those things right now, but those are the 3 people that are usually looking for something that we have to offer. And of course, nurses and teachers, what? Care about the health of their skin, care about their appearance as a general statement. So they are definitely your target audience. Okay, so don't say, oh, I missed last week. Okay, take it into this coming month. Spread it out. All right, they got enough candy and gift cards last week. Spread it out and treat them over the rest of the month. Okay, all right, now let's segue for a couple minutes into your solo efforts, how they affect your team efforts. Hold on, this one needs caffeine. Okay, solo efforts. Solo effort number 1, you set your goals. All right, that's your job. That's your responsibility. I really encourage you never to ask your sales director what she thinks you should be, because you know what she's going to say. So, right, Laura Asaf? Laura thought it was her brilliant idea. Oh, maybe I should just become a director. I said, that's a great idea. I've never thought of that idea. Okay, so you set your goal. Your goals create the unit goals. Did you know you have that much responsibility? Because once your director knows what your goal is, she now can form a picture of where the unit is going. So let's look at this here, and let's look at this here, okay? So if your director has a unit where no one has a goal to earn the spark for that month, Should she set her goal at Cadillac status? Not unless she's really, really willing to do something, right? Okay. But what if she is at the beginning of the month? What if she finds out that 6 of her girls have a goal to earn their Spark that month? That's 3,600 in production, right? Because we believe whatever you tell us. If you say it, that means you're willing to work for it. So if we know that that's your goal and all we have to do is nurture that and encourage that and inspire that, guess what? Now we can direct and go, well, if I have these 6, I know I'm going to have these people that are going to be this is your director's homework every single month. We print off the report at the beginning of the month. Ashley's like, oh dear God, what is she about to tell me? Okay. We print off our report at the beginning of every month. Here you are, gems. Here you are. You're a lot of pages. I'm very proud of you. Very proud of you for being 11 pages. Thank you. God bless you. So I print this off and then I go through person by Barbie's saying hashtag true story because Barbie just recently learned this super fun way to be a Mary Kay sales director. Okay. I tell you this not to scare you, to encourage you that there is a formula for figuring everything out. Okay. So I go through and I look and I go, oh, Jackie Armstrong in my unit. And I look at when's the last time Jackie ordered and I make a decision of what will Jackie likely want to contribute to my unit this month. Now, when I'm talking about May, a lot of these people that maybe aren't, Spark achievers consistently, what do I know that's different about May? New products. Ashley's mouthing it with me. New products. I know darn sure that when I get to my ends, where are my ends? Here we go. Come on, ends. Show me where you are. L. Oh, the struggles of having 11-page reports. Said no director ever. All right. So I'm going to get to my ends and I'm going to find Darlene and I'm going to see that Darlene was active last month, but I know Darlene wants new products. So I probably realistically can assume she's working for her Spark this month. Do you see what I mean? Okay. So your goals completely tie to your unit goals. You are that important. That's why every single person is so important to how this business works. Now, that does not mean that your goals cancel out whatever your director needs to do. Okay. We still always have to be what? Speed of the leader, speed of the gang, right? So if I know Jessica's shooting for $1,000 a month, I better be talking to Laura who's shooting for a $2,000 a month. Do you see what I mean? Okay. So your goals, you create the unit goals. For example, when you want to be a Spark, it's going to mean higher production. When you want to be a Red, then I can start putting in my head, okay, when I know I have someone who's working for a Red Jacket, Katie Schultz is even taking it to the next level because she's a newer Red Jacket. But when I know that, I need to start having that conversation with her of, okay, what's next after that? Ashley Jones, DIQ. I don't know. Jessica, are you thinking DIQ? Lindsay. Sue's like, I don't even know what these terms mean, but I love getting 50% off. I know besides Sue Whitmer's name, I can put, she wants new stuff because now she is in her very first new book phase of a new consultant and she's going to love 50% off. Who loved 50% off the first time you shopped? Yeah, right? Okay. And she's already Great Start qualified. So she's like, good, just give me all the stuff. Okay. So your goals equal your unit goals. Number 2, you set your priorities. You get to tell your director, this is what I'm willing to do. This is the time I'm willing to put in, etc. Okay. But your commitment reflects the unit goals. So think about that. If you say you want to be a Spark achiever, but it's the 23rd, 24th of the month, you don't have production in and you have no parties booked or no faces booked. Did you really want to be a Spark achiever? Or did it just sound fun on May 5th? Right? However, if you say today, whatever today, today I should know the date, May 10th. If you say today, May 10th, I want to earn my Spark. Okay. Where are your priorities for that? Oh, I want to be a spark, but I can't miss my 16 favorite shows that I watch every week at 8 o'clock. I guess you can't watch 16 shows at 8 o'clock because there's only 7 8 o'clocks. Math is not my strong suit. You know where I'm going with this. You must prioritize the thing you cannot buy: time. And there are non-negotiables. I get that. And there are non-willings. I get that. But there's a lot of hours left in the week. If you don't believe me on that, you need to do a little bit more soul searching. Okay, number 3, your belief in yourself. So what did I say in the beginning? This business is primarily skill-based. So if you don't know how to do a Facebook party, if you don't know what samples to send for a Zoom party, are you willing to learn? Are you willing to learn? Do you believe enough in yourself that you want to learn that skill so that you can transfer that and get the results? Your belief in how important you are to this unit is directly linked to where you're going. So again, for no other way of putting it, take a little bit of responsibility of the role you play and how you participate. And I'll share more about that with you at the end. Okay, and the last piece I want to cover is your belief in your unit. So if your director says that this is the goal, I love that you agree with it and you like it and you say, oh, we can do it, we can do it. But I think that your belief in the unit is really reflected in your effort and your contribution. So we go back up one position to your belief in yourself. We go back up one more position to you setting your priorities. And we go back up to the very top of what is your goal and how does that tie to the unit goal? Okay, so I hope those 4 pieces tied together, your solo responsibility, how it ties to your unit responsibility. Okay, so now I want to tell you a couple things about being a team player. So the word unit can be spelled out. And if you have a pen, you can write it out, but if not, just visualize. The word unit can be spelled out with the word you, so Y-O and a capital U, and A-N and a capital, A capital N-D, I, and the word together. So if you look at that down a column, you have capital U, capital N, capital I, capital T, unit, you and I together, okay? No matter, your director has caps on things as she's achieving things, okay? For instance, going through DIQ, there is a number that maxes out what that director in qualification can contribute. No matter how talented you are, if you're willing to sell yourself silly and work crazy, that is not what this company wants to support in encouraging you to become a unit. So it really is about figuring out what's in it for her, meaning you as our consultants, and then tying that together with the effort we're willing to do as to where we're willing to go. There, Alyssa Dutka spelled it out for you. Thank you, gorgeous. All right, you and I together. Okay, so here's a couple things that you can help with the rest of this month and the rest of the seminar year that I hope form habits and that I hope takes you to the next place. Something that I recently just had a big conversation with about my mentor, who happens to be the mentor of several directors on here, National Sales Director Emeritus Robin Rowland, is, you know, reminding of the things you do now as a consultant are the habits you're forming and your future unit is watching, if that's the path you're going. So if some of the things I mention aren't things you actively participate in with your unit, they're not things that you can turn around and expect from your unit or from your team, or quite honestly, even from your customers, if you put it down to that place, okay? So like for instance, number 1, liking and commenting on everything. And trust me, I know sometimes it's a lot. Okay. I know maybe one day your director posts all of a recognition and you say, I don't want to spend 15 minutes just scrolling through and liking everything. Well, guess what? That's reflective then of how are you going to feel when you're the one that's being recognized, right? Because it's just like how we teach our, well, I shouldn't say we, I'm sorry, I'm assuming. It's just how I always taught my children. And unfortunately, the younger ones are the ones that really get stuck. But when you have a child in a sport, I think it's a family obligation to support that child. Now, I'm not going to say that sometimes Addie had a sleepover and she didn't go to Gavin's football game, but I didn't get Addie a babysitter to stay home while we all went and sat in the cold for Gavin and Braden to play football. No, she bundled up so her little face was showing. You could think of Reagan right now, right? That's the poor position little Reagan's in at Emerson. They have to go because you know why? Because when they're the highlight, do you know how many theater productions my boys sat through? Do you really think my 16 and 19-year-old wanted to sit through Charlotte's Web at the community theater? But they did. Okay? So you have to think about these things. You have to think about what are you giving to your unit with the anticipation then when it's you. Like I still get so excited when you guys message me and say, I saw your name in applause. I don't look for my own name in applause. Not for any reason anymore. I did in the beginning, but now that's not my primary focus because I look for your names and my director's names. But I still love it when you acknowledge that you see it. I'm like, oh, she looked. That's kind of a big deal. Because my hope is that you seeing me do it breathes belief into the fact that you can do it. So where are you on that? What do you do? What about the public posts? I'm not just even talking about your unit group. I'm talking about, you know, this weekend. Were you given that pink thumbs up that I absolutely think is adorable that apparently is only around for the Mother's Day weekend? But were you given that adorable little pink thumbs up to your sisters who are mothers? Your sister sales director or your sister consultants who are mothers? I love that kind of energy, and that's what makes us different. So don't miss those tiny pieces of how you support people in your unit. What about replying to text messages quickly? Okay? Because no reply is a reply. And it does not send a positive message. But, hey, I don't have time to answer this right now. I'll get back to you is respectful. Hey, you know, I have this going on right now, but give me a little bit to think about it is respectful. So if someone is going to take a little bit of time, you know, to send you a text message or ask you a question, I'll answer that in a minute, Lindsay. Then I think they deserve the fact to say, you know, this is where I am right now. Lindsay said she loves how we're mutually friends with so many people. I really haven't turned away Mary Kay people. I'm going to have to because I'm almost maxed out with friends. But I love that because I feel like if someone searches Mary Kay and my name pops up, again, that's a sisterhood. I've worked really hard to get to where I am in this company, and I'm very proud of it. And if that can be an influence for someone else, I take that as a very big responsibility. So yes, if you're in Mary Kay, we probably have a lot of mutual friends. I probably don't know a lot of them. Laura and Alyssa and Barbie and Alyssa D, they're always saying to me, yeah, so-and-so, that's our mutual friend. I'm like, yeah, I don't know her. But I love her just because she wants to be a part of what we're creating. Okay, so find a consistent way to contribute. And I use the word consistent because we love when you hit that one-time spark. But if you've done it once, you can do it again. And it makes it so much easier when we know that you have a consistent rhythm. And it can just be staying active every single month. It can be adding one new team member every single month. Remember, number one, you set the goal. But find a consistent place, okay? Originally my note said attend everything. I did go back and put in parentheses almost everything because I know there are emergencies or, again, other priorities, or I know your director planned something on a night that just doesn't work for you. But you need to really figure out in your head, again, with the priorities. So are you not attending something because you can't miss the rose ceremony? Or are you not attending something because your child's getting inducted into the honor society at middle school, which just happened with one of my strong consultants? She felt so badly about what she had to miss for this once in a lifetime opportunity that her son earned. Guys, I'm not asking that of you. Okay? But when I know that the people that are at the top of their game, like Alyssa O'Neill, get married on a Saturday and show up to the meeting on Monday with a bag of wedding cake for us to eat, that's commitment. And that's a true story. I said, oh, you're here. She said, well, where else would I be? I don't have anything to do on a Monday. She wasn't going on a honeymoon. What was she supposed to do? Sit around? She already lived with Danny. She didn't need to be home another night. He could live without her for 90 minutes. So those are the priorities I want you to consider when I say attend everything or almost everything, okay? And another thing that I really would like to ask of you, and I don't mean to get personal, you know that I really walk a very fine line with that, but if this is in your comfort zone, I would absolutely love for you to form the habit of praying for your unit and for your sister consultants, for your director, and dare I take it up the ladder to your future national director. Because I know one thing, prayer works. Not preaching, just telling you. And if you truly want to be a contributor, I would really be honored to know that part of what you ask for is for blessings on all the people who are important in your Mary Kay life, which includes every beautiful face you see here, even this not quite so cute yet, but you know I have the power eventually. So I love you all. I appreciate you all. It's Monday. You have a lot of choices to make with your 168 hours this week. And I hope that you find places to prioritize your business because like I said in the beginning, you can have absolutely anything you want if you want it badly enough and you're willing to work for it. Let me know how I can help you this week. And you know what? I challenge you to make this your best week ever. Have a blessed week, guys. Bye-bye.